Hello and welcome to the Amateur Austenite. My name is Frances Duncan. I am an author and the founder of the Jane Austen Society of New Zealand. Today, instead of discussing Pride and Prejudice, I'm going to read my book review to you of The Other Bennet Sister by Janice Hadlow. In the midst of so large a family, Mary was utterly alone, and after the inevitable death of her father, she is adrift in the world, still attempting to find her place. I've often felt Mary was hard done by, but this author, Janice Hadlow, manages to make me feel sorry even for Mr. Collins, and dislike the sweet Mr. Bingley when they point out that he only likes Jane because she's beautiful. The book is something of a study in relationships. Charlotte becomes Mary's confidant, and they're so well suited, you wonder why they weren't friends before. Caroline Bingley rears her ugly head again, as does Lady Catherine, but it's Mrs. Bennet and her lack of affection for her daughter, Mary, who is the real villain. It's a massive book, separated into 5 parts, but it's only about halfway through that it begins to feel like a different book. The first half is a continuation of Pride and Prejudice, then at the halfway mark it becomes your typical Regency romance, albeit a very drawn-out one. The book is mostly told from Mary's perspective, in third person, but we slide quietly into other characters' thoughts and motivations reasonably regularly. At the start of the book, there's a sadness about her, a worry about finding her place, which I identify with, but at times makes it painful to read. But don't worry, she has her happy ending. So that's the review I've written for the book. I'm not sure what else there is really to add to it. I did really enjoy it. I felt a little intimidated by the size of the book, and so I really sat down and made myself read it. I can tend to get panicked by the size of books, which I know is a little bit funny, but that's just me. The one mistake I noticed was at the Netherfield ball, the author had Elizabeth stand up, and then in the 2 paragraphs later she had her stand up again, and it hadn't said anything about her sitting down, and that really stuck with me. And that was one of the occasions where I noticed also that it went into somebody else's perspective, because you were hearing from Elizabeth then. But it's so sneakily done that you don't always notice it. But then you find things like you see Charlotte outside watching Mr. Collins and Mary, and you're like, wait, now I'm definitely in Charlotte's perspective, not Mary's, even though the book is supposed to be all about Mary and Mary's perspective on things. I think more people should read it. I've, as I said, always thought that Mary has been hard done by, and it's nice for her to have her own book. I did read one a few years back where she ended up moving to Australia, which I might find and read again if I can find it. I think I gave it to somebody. I bought it when I was travelling, and I gave it to somebody when I'd finished reading it, which is a bit of a shame, because now it would be good to read again and then review for you guys to know what it was like. I want to say welcome to my listeners from my sister's English class, who I understand may now be listening. I hope you enjoy it, guys. And thank you all for listening, and as always, I wish you happy reading. If you'd like to speak with me, you can find me at Twitter at Frances_Duncan or my website francesduncanwrites.com. Thank you.